we're going to be talking with the attorney that's representing Malachi York. But first, I want to try to get his son in here. He don't like to be on camera, but he could still come in by voice. As soon as I see him, I can invite him in. So I hope y'all having a good day. This is an ongoing struggle. We call it protracted struggle, where we've been going through a lot of different things trying to get these elders out of this system. And I was in contact with some of Malachi's children, and his son want me to have a conversation with the attorney that's going in to try to address, here we go, Malachi situation. It won't let me invite him in. That's a first. Hold on. We try it another way. Peace, brother. I'm trying to invite
I'm
you
telling
in.
you that I'm in the party. I'm in there. I'm looking at you. I'm inside, and you're not hearing me.
I see you. I'm trying to bring it where you can talk on the screen with me.
Okay, but I'm in there. You hear it? Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and call the attorney now, and you can just.
But I need to be in there so we all can talk together.
Yeah, I wanted you in here too, but it's not showing the option. It's probably because you're not in my friends list.
That's your problem. I wasn't your friend. What the fuck? I wasn't your friend. Okay.
Send me a request right quick, and we'll see if I can.
The hell is going on?
I never had this before because you never had to be in my friends list to get on the to get into the to get on the live with me.
No, I got you.
So I'll see you in here, but when I pop up the audience, you're supposed to come up.
Can they hear us together now? Can they hear us, or is this another room that we're in?
No, I'm live. I'm hot. So can y'all hear the brother on the phone that I'm talking to? If y'all can y'all give me some thumbs up in the comments?
Let's make it happen.
Okay. Sister says she can hear you.
Oh, y'all can hear me. Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, do you want to call him on a three-way and we just go ahead from there?
But I can't hear them. I can't hear nothing. I can't see you though.
You can still see me on the screen, right?
No, I don't see you. It's just like I'm in my own. Hold on. Bring Agent Patrick in expeditiously. Let's make this work.
Okay. So they can hear you. So I want you to be in on the call. This is where I'm running into the obstacle at, because I'm trying to get you in on the call with us before I call him over.
We're in the same call. I just can't see your face. You feel me? But that's all good. I don't need to see it.
Yeah, as long as you can see me on the screen.
I don't see you on the screen.
Uma could see
I
me.
hear you. Huh?
Uma say she could see me on the screen.
Uma is in there?
Yep.
Word.
She in the live.
Hold on, let me do this. Let me try something. Now I think it's gonna stay like this. Let's get Adrian up in this.
Okay, now the obstacle is this. I got you on Messenger, so unless you calling him on Messenger, I'm gonna have to hang up from you to call on the phone. That's why I was
Hang
trying
up
to.
for me. Hang up with me,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're gonna call on the phone. Let's get this shit going.
Okay.
Oh, I see you. I see you now. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. I can hear you. Yep, I can hear you. I just wanted to get you over here where we can talk to him together, and I can tell him what our general concerns is with the entirety of the case, and see if he devised any strategies to overcome those obstacles.
Exactly. So you have to understand that we got to keep corporation.
I know. I already know. We already talked. So you told me where he at. So then I have to approach it different than I would have had he been 100% knowing across the board what's really going on around all of us in real time. A lot of people is still behind. So
Let's make this happen.
yeah. So I'm just gonna ask him a few general questions, and you know, his time valuable. So I don't want to just hold him on here for a prolonged period of time. I only got a few questions for him, So, um, I'm I want to get you in here.
Put Adrian Patrick in there.
Do what?
Put Adrian Patrick.
In the
Adrian Patrick.
Adrian Patrick is the attorney's name. We got that, and I need you to shoot me a friend request right quick, and then I can get you on the Facebook, and then I can call him on the other phone.
We already friends, Rod. We already friends. What are you talking about?
On Facebook? I ain't talking about in real life. I'm talking about on this social media BS.
You talking to a dinosaur?
Yeah, when I type you in to invite you, you don't come up.
All right, hold on. No, that's not it. Let me call you right back real quick. I'm going to do this.
Okay.
In and out.
So we trying to get it where me and him can talk to the attorney together, and I can ask him some key questions because I got an issue with attorneys. Is most people, anybody that did time and then found out after the fact that these attorneys know how to beat cases and they be letting people go upstate, it'll give you concerns about attorneys and give you trust issues with the judicial system because they historically have not represented us in our interests. So while we trying to figure out how to get, you know what? I'm tripping. This the fastest way to do it. sometimes the answer be in front of us be so simple that you don't always catch it, right? So, so I'm gonna see if this work and have is call me and then hook me to the attorney on the three-way. And then that way we can all be in the conversation. And you know, everything I do, I have to do it for the people to see it. I can't do backdoor negotiations and all that, because that's how we ended up in this condition. So I got to talk to him openly. There we go. Got him on the live. See all the love Uma getting up in here. Can you hear me, brother?
Of course I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Now I can call him on the phone, right?
Yeah, call him. I gave you the number, right?
Yep. Yep. It's ringing now. Yeah, this is Rod Hayes, calling on behalf of Malachi York.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, he can hear you.
All right.
All right. So we had some questions because we kept running into attorneys that tell us they're gonna do this, that, and the third. Then they get a lot of money, and then they drop the case. So one of our main concerns is that when we start trying to get you in on the cases, how we know you're not going to drop the case?
Well, let me ask you a question. Come as Socratic in a way. What are they actually attorneys?
It was the ones he had before. I don't know all of their names, but his family have all of that information.
The reason I ask that question is because as an attorney, you know, you have the bar association, so you can file complaints on people that took money from you.
Mm-hmm.
Was that action taken?
Yeah, we've been saying this for years, though. People file grievance with the attorney disciplinary board and everything, but I've been seeing it with different people over the years. So we wanted to know what was you going to do different.
Well, I want to ask you a question. I kind of categorize things.
Okay.
If a person is actually a licensed attorney for the bar association and they paid them, they didn't do the work, they get disbarred. Period. That's all the benefit. So apparently they either want attorneys or they probably want attorneys. I'm an attorney. I did the whole trial. I actually did the trial. I had the federal case. I actually did the trial. I'm the one who did the trial. I did the trial. They didn't do a trial. They didn't do the trial. I did the trial. I don't want to make the transcript. I've been barred for 30 years. So, I mean, I don't know what else is going on from
that. Do we have a working?
Can you understand what he's saying, Rod?
Yeah, I'm waiting. We locked up right
here. I'm to the rules. Everything. I know that this one action against me. Period for 30 years. I represent a lot of people. So you probably doing people that weren't attorneys, brother. As soon as I've been seeing people that weren't even lawyers, if they were lawyers, they probably weren't really expert what they do. All I do is from defense work. So I can't speak for them. I'm just telling my position. And what guarantee I'm not. I didn't get paid last time. I still work the case. So is that enough evidence?
Did you hear what he said?
I did a whole trial and they get paid all my money. Is that enough?
Yeah, well, that's the
The whole
starter
trial,
kit.
he didn't get paid his money.
I did a whole jury trial and then I got screwed. They paid all the money. They paid me all my money. And I did a whole trial. It didn't stop. Okay, so I didn't quit before. And I was at I've been 30 years of practice. All my the bar, my name on the bar. I wasn't on one disciplinary action at all. So that's all I can say, man. So
okay, the next question I want to ask is us out here, the supporters of Malachi. What do you need us to do to give you the support you need to be effective as possible in the case?
I just need to financing, bro. Just hire me and I'm gonna go from there. Yeah. The thing is, ask me another question. Ask what I do different, right? All right, I'm gonna go back to that question. Ask me. Well, I'm not sure what the other plans were. I'm going to do actions within legal. The other things I heard were doing things about sovereign citizenship, Indian citizenship, trying to get stuff for like being diplomat and stuff like that. I'm not doing any of that stuff. That's not going to go nowhere. One of the things that law I can use, United States Supreme Court law, appellate work, stuff like that, to try to do what I can do for them.
What he said was, it's out of his jurisdiction to talk about Liberian diplomats and shit like that. That's what he said.
Everybody got their own position, what they want to do, brother. I'm saying I'm going to do actual work that I know it's going to work. It's going to work based on the laws and case law and precedent of the United States of America.
So you think that you have the sufficient case law and the precedent to be of success in this situation?
I think, okay, let's say some givens we got. We know he's been in there for 22 years, correct?
Yeah.
And we know that other people made efforts at things. After the trial, after the verdict came out, people made efforts at raising money and do things, and from citizenship, diplomat, this and that, right? And nothing worked, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. We know those things. We know they even filed a 2255 or ineffective counsel against me, and that didn't work either, correct?
Okay.
We know that one attorney, and even Abigail Washington came back in Washington, who was one of the witnesses, came back and said she didn't tell the truth. And the actual attorney they hired withdrew her statement, said she was lying, technically, right? From my understanding, right? So, and all motions I filed for new trial were withdrawn by the attorney they hired after me. Well, so those things are givens. So now, in the situation here is, he got over 100 years and sentenced over 100 years, right? So the question I would say, from where he is, what can I do from where he is now? From the holes that he's in now, based on actions that are made by people, other than when I was not there at all. So I say this to you, I think that I have a good chance of getting a new trial. Now, I can't say 1,000%, oh, you're not guaranteed a new trial. That'd be unethical of me to say that part. I can't guarantee that part. But I will say this, there's new evidence that I've found and been researching on that evidence that will give us a very good, solid legal chance, ethical chance of getting a new trial, possibly. That's all I can say. I think it'll be very good faith effort. Let me say this, I was on the case 22 years ago, right? And I didn't see anything. I always, like I said, subconsciously work on the case because I'm a true lawyer. I'm a pure lawyer. I mean, I think about cases all the time, right? Particular cases I didn't win. I don't lose many cases, but the other than win, I think about, man, how could I have done that better? That's subconsciously, that's always working. And as I'm going through these cases, I think about how could I have done this case better, blah, blah. So my thing is, in the midst of doing that, I saw the new case law has been passed and stuff like that that can help them out and give them a better chance of getting a new trial. Now, can I guarantee 1,000%? No, but I think we have a great, solid motion we can file that makes sense, that's coherent, that everybody understands, and that make us a good look from the courts. Yes.
So it's stronger than the weaker. Like you got a better chance now than before, right? Can you hear me?
I can hear the question. What now?
You say from what you're looking at that you have a better chance now than you did before.
Yes, I was never. Yes, definitely better chance. I did appeal before. I think after this, the case law has been passed, the case laws and stuff have passed recently, and things like that. It gives a better chance than the original appeal I filed. I thought the first appeal I filed, the case was a good one. I felt good too. I think, particularly the issue I filed about the.
Ask him how he's going to approach it. What's his first step to approach it?
Well, our reaction that. Yeah, he was asking what's the first step, but our reaction that.
My first step, I had to look back at the state case itself. I think there's some issue with the state case itself. I look back at that as a core issue. And then there are things other than that too. Based on new law that's been passed, things like that.
Is it going to be easy to get rid of the state case?
What you say is?
Is it going to be easy to get rid of the state case?
I can't understand what you're saying. What is it?
Hold on 1 second. What you say is?
Is it going to be easy to get rid of the state case?
Yeah.
Get rid of I can't get rid of the I can't get rid of the state case. I look back at the state case.
The state case is dead docket.
Let's see what I can do to modify that if I can. That impact of him having that, because that's the core of the whole case, the state case. And I can try to attack that and the reasons for it, why they even had the state case. Where it really was this was, in my opinion, this was a state case that they made federal.
They made it.
Yeah, let's go.
And actually, the question behind was even without a motion that when anything was even a state crime at the time. That's how that happened. Well, that was one of the motions we filed back then. All right, that was denied back then by state. I still want to go back with other angles on that original motion we filed and try to modify some things based on that and based on some new things that have happened.
So basically, you saying this updated case law that strengthens the position stronger than it was before.
Yeah, case law, new things have happened. Not just case law,
new evidence. He's saying new evidence.
Case law, things have happened that could help the case significantly. Yes.
Okay, and the big obstacle right now is the financial matters to get the case to get you under retainer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because when you take a case like this, not just remember, there's a whole nation that is asking questions and stuff like y'all are doing now. That's questions all the time. So that's the whole. I got to take a lot of time just to answer the question, keep people updated. If you think, you're not stealing money and questions like that, what are you doing? Stuff like that. I have to spend a whole bunch of time just reestablishing my credibility on that part. We'll build a lot of time on that part. Then after that part, then after doing the actual substance of the work itself, and after that part, then after doing the substance of the work, and get that far, then there will be more interpretations of what I did. All that. There's a lot of stuff that's in terms of doing it and also relating and breaking it down in layman terms so people understand what's happening. And then, obviously, explain to Dr. York, because a little bit of dollars there because he's incarcerated in a mass security prison. So I got to make sure I translate everything to him, give everything to him, so you understand what's happening there, as well as people in the community that are interested, like you are talking about supporting those things. I make sure everybody informed on all platforms.
So that's the next question I was going to ask you about. Your availability to go to particular different platforms, and so that we can get the community support we need behind you as you push this issue.
Right. What my ability to go through this? How often can I do something like this?
Yeah, or at your leisure if you think you need to get us informed of something, or if new updates come where we can know whatever, because it's only so much you can say as an attorney representing him, because of the, you know,
You mean after hers or before hers?
on both sides. Like right now, we trying to. So right now, we at the phase where we have to come up with a certain amount of money.
Right.
The retainer fee would be how much?
To start.
Right.
We starting with 60. We starting with 60,000, right? We starting with 60,000.
Yeah, that's what it started. But I know, it started 6,000, yes. And they'll be more than that for sure, because after the motions get filed, this case may expand some things. Something may have to be expanded. Other motions on top of those motions depends on replies from the government and stuff like that, So, but yeah, I get us started. I think solid. Not big. I know that get us started. What I also would do is I get the first drop on.
Can we do this? Hold on. Can you hear me? Hold on, Adrian. Do you got anybody in your log that want to ask questions?
The first draft of the brief. I didn't draft. Maybe the actual file will be done. So draft probably a little earlier than that. But yeah, something filed. I said let me get draft them within 120 days, because that would just mean we can review it, look over it, and check through anything else I need to tighten up the argument. So I'm already working on an argument, presuming that I'll be hired. But if I'm not hired, then I just won't do anything else. This is a very interesting case, particularly this part of the post-conviction part. And the trial motion part is very interesting to me. As a lawyer, other than this, even if it wasn't my case, be interesting based on information I've gotten now. So,
Adrian, let's stop right there. Let's see if somebody in Rod Hayes' community can ask questions. Is that okay, Rod?
No problem.
Oh man. First of all, I gotta say this because this also, because I don't really participate in fundraising, and this is the reason we having this conversation is because Malachi's son asked me to have a conversation with you so that people can see there's somebody working or at least attempting to work on his case.
Facts.
Right now, personally, I don't do fundraisers, but people have their own method of approaching the situation. Mine is a little different from yours and his son's, but we all have the same ultimate aim and agenda to see the elder free, right?
So it's going to take fiat. It's going to take money.
Yeah, but what if the banks crash tomorrow because they on their last leg? Then the money won't even matter.
Let's do it now. Let's do it now before they crash. Because he didn't only say that he wanted to talk to my dad. He said he was going to talk to Larry Hoover too.
Yeah, my fundraising position is the same with Larry Hoover as it is with your pops. But I'm having this conversation because there's people out there that has the means and the resources to give the assistance. And I'm doing this for you because this is the way you see the war need to be fought.
I appreciate you. Let's make it happen. You understand? I understand that you don't deal with, I know where you stand. So, but we in the matrix right now.
I'm standing outside looking at everybody else playing in the matrix. But the thing is, anybody got any questions, if y'all put them in here, I'll try to ask them.
Yeah, let's do that.
But as far as anybody with with that negativity, we don't care nothing about that. Let them stay in there. Let them be negative if they want to, because we already know whenever peaceful people congregate for a righteous cause, they gonna send some infiltrators and some upsetters in to try to
none of y'all negativity.
Right. So we on to the because I wanted to talk to the attorney because I wanted to know, I wanted to hear it for myself for one, and I wanted to show his son's support as he's trying to fight the war the way he see fit. I can't tell him, we just damn near the same age. I can't tell him how to fight. I had to fight my way. He had to fight his, and we don't have to agree, but we agree on the common cause is that we need the elder free.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you something. Adrian Rod got a big platform, and you know, Rod is somebody that love my father, and he loved, Larry Hoover. You feel me? So he got a strong platform. So let's make this happen. Let's make it happen.
I'm here, man. Anybody answer any questions? I answer any questions. If they don't have questions coming up the time, that's fine. In terms of
Now listen to this,
continuation of
Listen to this, Rod Hayes. Listen to this, Rod Hayes. He's transparent. He's right here amongst us, like black, like he's black. A white person won't. You know that. He's saying, anybody ask me a question right now. Transparency is real, right? So he's right here saying, ask me any questions.
Yeah. So
anybody.
I'm looking for questions, but I'm not seeing anything that to ask him
if
directly.
no question, then this should be just support. Then nobody want to ask questions. Then if y'all really want to help my father and everything, let's hire this lawyer. Let's watch the results. Watch the results.
So give them your social media, your YouTube channel, so they can go over there for the updates, because that's where you're gonna be doing the updates, right?
Well, yes.
No questions, huh?
What I would do update wise, if once I know I'm gonna be hired, then I'll arrange that. Yes. And we're just talking right now. Really, I'm willing to do it.
Okay, right. Ask one more question before he go out. Before he go, ask any more question, Rod.
What'd you say is?
I'm sorry, man.
I heard you, Adrian.
I could continuation of information, but right now, I mean, it's just not.
Okay, y'all send some support if y'all really want to help, right? If y'all want to really want to help, send support to Cash App is $HUWAA, right? Or if you go to Zelle, it would be free him Yahoo at yahoo.com. Free him 999 at yahoo.com. Other than that, you ain't got no more questions, Rod. Come on, go hard.
Yeah. So the other day I posted a conversation you was the beginning of a conversation you was having, because they had to cut it off for legal reasons. But some of the people, somebody in the comments wanted to know, had you talked to Dr. York himself?
Oh, y'all want to hear it? Y'all want to hear it? I got proof. He talked to my dad, and they're friends. I don't think that people understand this. I can play that, but he didn't give me permission. Adrian didn't give me permission to play it. I gave y'all hints of it.
But I did talk to Dr. York, though. Answer your questions. I did talk to him.
Is it okay for me to show the world that y'all talked and how much y'all friends? Is it okay? I'll post that. I'll play that.
So
is it okay?
He want to know if it's okay for him to air the conversation you had with Dr. York.
That's me. Is it okay?
Yeah, he wanted to know.
No problem.
Yeah, he said he don't have a problem with you sharing that information.
Did you hear the video I posted? I posted where, they cool with each other. I hope y'all know that. People are lying to you.
I heard in the conversation that I posted the other day that he told you to stay in touch with this brother for a reason.
So, he's talking Ibrahim, or he's talking to me?
I was talking to Ibrahim.
Yeah,
because he was telling him in the phone call. Yeah, he was telling you to stay. That he told you a long time ago to stay in touch with him because he was gonna need Adrian later.
Yes, and that happened. And I've been in touch with me and Adrian. We're friends. Like, we're together. Like, I understand. I already scrutinized him for years, and he already proved himself to be a real 100% brother. He just racist. He don't like white people. Can I say
Yeah.
that? Sorry.
He probably didn't want you to say. That probably don't go too good in the
Yeah, he
if
got
it come
quiet
out in the
then.
courts.
He got quiet. I'm sorry, but yeah, he's 100.
I'm pro-black. That's all he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pro-black.
Yeah, so it's a lot of parts of what's going on that by listening to you, I'm evidently aware that there's some stuff going on that you are unaware of in the whole geopolitical spectrum of this nation, and or otherwise you would have mentioned some of those things that would carry a
Let me tell you something. All
influence.
he's saying is that we gonna help. I can help your dad. That's what he's
Yeah,
saying. Like,
that's
yo,
all he's
it
saying.
finally came.
That's what, yeah. But it's other stuff going on that I've been talking about, and the people that have been following me know. But I'm talking to him as a bar member that he's focused on the law books, what's inside the law books, and the stuff that's going on outside the law books. He's not focused on. You know, that's not his area, right? So I can't
Exactly.
say
People are saying
one way
expose
or the
everybody.
other. Right? I can't say one way or the other to let him, do this or that or that. I just have to bring it to the people because this is how the tribe. This is how we do it in the culture, dating back. You know, and now we have to do this. Is we do anything with the elders? We need the community support and the community awareness of what the intentions is and of the person that you are requesting to do a particular task. So he's operating from inside the courtroom. I'm looking at something entirely different. So we're not even looking at the problem the same way. But I understand the way he looking at it, and I understand the way as a son how you looking at it. Right. So I bring this to the public so let the people see what that you're trying to use that method to liberate your father from these oppressive conditions that he in, because you can't say they're anything less than oppressive. You lock down 23 hours a
Okay,
day,
let's talk.
you know.
Let's talk real quick. Let me give you an idea how the system works. They don't care about your status, indigenous or not. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, that's their
All
system is
right.
their system.
All right. Let's prove it. Let's prove this real quick. You seen Saddam Hussein, what they did to him?
Yeah.
They make rules to break them, right?
Yeah.
So they're not gonna follow the law the way you think they're gonna follow the law. Let's be honest with it. Okay.
Well, I didn't see too many times where I didn't read cases where the judges in the Supreme Court
We're not talking
is
about
given
that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about somebody bigger. We're talking about Hoover. We're talking about Dad.
right. But we talking about court and court rules and how the court operate. I didn't see cases where the judges know somebody innocent but refuse to rule on the case.
And what they did to that person, they
You know,
destroyed
so
him, didn't they?
no, they end up keeping them in prison until their time was up.
Exactly. Destroyed them. Destroyed them. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we understand that part. We understand what we're working with. You understand? The only thing, the key is when people is behind and everybody is looking. This is when the shady don't become shady no more. It's not in the shade. Everybody's looking. Everybody's asking. So this is where we at right now. At this point, we already know the game. You understand what I'm saying? Now we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about getting him out. We're talking about making moves that's going to get him out. There's mistakes that y'all don't know yet, but it's going to be on the news. There's mistakes that we cannot expose at this moment until we do our duties where you cannot sabotage it. This is what me and Adrian is talking about. We know what's going on, and we're about to show you, and we're going to give you it in real time. Stop playing with us. There's no more years of talking hopes and maybes. I hate hopes and maybes. All of that is lies. We're talking about things that we're going to present, and we're going to see if it's going to manifest. But it's going to manifest. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah. Now, no matter which approach work, this is called in military strategy a collateral attack. It's also a legal term, approaching a situation from two different directions to achieve the same result. So I wanted to bring the brother out here so the people can hear you, me, and him have a general conversation about the case.
The lawyer came to you though, Rod. What did the lawyer said? Ask me any
It
question.
ain't never happened. It ain't never happened
Until now.
It ain't never happened until now.
And then we ask people to ask questions. You ain't got no questions. So I'm not going to even put that on Adrian, because Adrian came out there like a thunderclapper saying, ask me questions.
Yep.
Ain't nothing up here.
Yep. And you know that's Baba thing. Don't believe me, check it out.
That's that real shit, ain't it? So we're not gonna play that game. We're not gonna even try to act like he ain't got nothing. He came out there. What other lawyers? So now we're not playing that. And it's me, a son, that's trying to get my dad out. You feel me? And guess what? The system got him, and the system don't understand private side. They understand their side. They understand that. De jure. They understand de jure.
Yeah, but the system de facto.
They understand de jure and de facto. So it's not going. That's you speak in their language. You're not going to tell them anything outside of their jurisdiction. You're not going to tell them anything outside of a maritime admiral. They're not going to do that.
Well,
you can talk about.
It's one thing that's going on, because if Adrian, I was having this conversation,
came to talk, who got questions? Let's go.
I asked the questions that was in here. The only other question
I brought the lawyer. I brought the lawyer. Hey, brother, I brought the lawyer. Ask the question, y'all. Don't act like don't try to pretend that he's shady. He's here to answer questions. Don't act tomorrow like he's shady.
The brother said, okay, so I posted
the question.
Hold on. I posted the conversation with Baba 2 days ago. It's on my page.
I appreciate that, but like, ask questions.
Yeah, somebody was saying they wanted to hear Pop's voice, and I was letting them know where it was at. That's what make us have this conversation we having now, is because of a conversation you had with your father.
Rod Hayes posted it 2 days ago, and then he brought y'all the lawyer. So stop playing. Ask questions, because we're not playing.
The only other question that made any sense that somebody asked was what state was he? What state is he a member of the bar in?
Wait.
That's the only other thing that was relevant.
Adrian.
What state is your bar license out of?
Georgia.
Georgia, the state of Georgia, which is the original court of original jurisdiction over the whole case. Right.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Let's bring that. Let's talk. Anybody else? Let's talk. I brought the lawyer, and the lawyer brought himself. We ain't scared.
What's the question?
He said he's telling the people in the comments to ask any more questions if they have them, but I don't see any more questions that I can ask you that would make any sense with the conversation that we had.
You gotta tell them to show support, because we came.
But they gonna show support automatically because they love Baba like I do. It's just that they wanted to know from an actual attorney and one of his blood family members that they was working on the case. Now remember, I'm not doing this to raise no money. I'm doing this to expose that there is an attorney willing to work the case, and that one of his sons is working on getting this attorney secured through whatever means he can garner.
Right.
Right.
So
I'm giving the people this opportunity to make their own mind up. I'm not gonna tell them what to do. They're gonna make their own mind up. All I know is we need these elders because we got too many babies just falling for nothing.
I'm saying you got a whole crew and nobody got no question for Adrian Patrick.
Yo, Adrian.
Adrian, brother, we appreciate you. Thunder clapper, let's go.
I think it may take more than the first couple conversations. People are slow because they've had so many years of kind of being fooled by people saying they're not doing anything. Simply, I think that's happening. So they'll be a little slower to this and then open up their pocket. Not particularly since the market's kind of rough right now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, just may take more than one conversation, and I'm okay with that. That's whatever it is, man.
Yeah, and then you've been having other people that been raising money under the false pretenses of getting a lawyer. They never hired a lawyer.
Right.
You know, all of those things make it hard for his family to do what's necessary, what they feel is right to help him, because you got all these people running around pretending they're gonna get this lawyer, that lawyer, and this lawyer that made these promises all day, and then nothing happens. You know, so we've seen it so many times that we leery of the fundraising.
They're not asking a question. My sister's in there talking about people keep asking questions, but I don't see no questions.
All I see is a lot of statements. I don't see all the questions I've seen, I've asked them already.
All right, so answer what question I asked you.
Hey, another win. Next platform, because nobody got no questions. Show some support. We need the finances to get Adrian to start, and y'all gonna see results. We're gonna deal with results in the matrix.
Someone answering in the first time said drop out, so you got no support, right?
Yeah.
At some point when it's on other options, they not even for support now. So most times after things like this, take a minute for people to digest what's happening.
Yeah, because this is really bigger than we even know right now.
60 grand to start. Yes, we're not bullshitting. Ask me any lawyer ever do something for free. It's 60 grand. For a big case like my dad's case, it's 60 grand. Yes, to start.
Well, I appreciate you allowing the opportunity. I imagine this won't be the only time we have to talk, and I'm going to do more of these. I think one of your questions earlier.
Okay, so
what was that? So
I
do appreciate you.
I do got a couple questions that just popped up. I can't see the whole chat. I only could see like one or two. Then it'll skip. Then I'll see one or two. It say Thailand Slaughter say, will exclusive equity help with his case?
Exclusive equity. I don't know what exclusive equity is. What's that?
I'm not sure what they're talking about either. That's why I asked you.
No. What was the question?
With specific, let me go back up to it. Will exclusive equity help with freeing them better? What's the exact question?
I don't know. That's I can answer the question.
How we freeing them better? Hold on. With exclusive access, how do we free him better?
Equity is a different branch of law than criminal law. So I didn't understand why they asked, but they said that because some of the questions they was irrelevant to what we was talking about. That's why some of them I didn't ask, but the ones that I seen, it says what's actually needed systematically to free them.
Let's start with 60K financial. That's what's needed. 60K. That's what needed.
Brian Hill asks, what's the statute being used?
I'm not lying to you. I'm talking to y'all straight up. I'm not playing.
Okay, Ishmael, Ishmael, let me go through the questions that I'm seeing while I see him. Why we got him on here, because I'm not going to be doing this on no regular basis. This is a favor I'm doing for you.
They say, what's the statute? You don't even deal with fiat, but you know, let's go.
Let me ask the few questions I see at this point. It say, what's the statute being used to keep them locked up?
What
I think that's in
statutes they
reference to the
use?
sheer volume of time that they gave him. That would be RICO, wouldn't it?
No. RICO don't even have 135 years. RICO is not even that big of a charge. RICO start at 20. Am I right? Am I right, Adrian?
You still there, Adrian?
I'm here. Yeah. See, yes, the issue is RICO, and they ran it, I think it's consecutive. You know, as soon as it's consecutive and enhancements and stuff like that, because it was federal, you have enhancements, leader organization and things like that, and that adds a lot of enhancements and things to it. So, yeah, they got 100 and something. Yes.
Somebody,
for sure, but yeah,
somebody else asked, can you do a Q1 on the judge?
Hold on. Before you do that, you do the Cash App is HUWAA, HUWAA, $HUWAA, so we can hire a lawyer to finish this. Y'all, let's not even talk about it mistaken.
What other questions?
Okay, so the other question was, can he do a Q1 on the judge?
I don't know what is that?
Okay, so
that's what I don't know what that is. Tell me that. What are you talking about? Ask them what is that.
They listening there. If they hear, they'll explain, and I'll answer after that.
You know he was over sentenced. Yes, they was. You're right, Shane. They over sentenced my father. You're absolutely right. But he shouldn't have been sentenced in the first place because he was innocent.
Yeah, it was. We already know that's a whole COINTELPRO operation behind that. It say, what about deprivation of rights under color of law?
Deprivation of
It
rights.
just sounds like a lot. No. We're not answering questions, dumb ass question like that. Sound like somebody just wants you to know that they know.
Ishmael. Just
Dumb
they want
man.
you told them to ask the questions, and I'm asking the questions.
Let me answer that.
It's Ibrahim. I'm not
Deprivation of rights. I guess that's kind of a broad question. They had a trial. What did it really mean? That's really more specific with that question. That's a very broad question.
Okay. So
he had a right to a jury trial. He did that. So what are they saying specifically though? It wasn't the right to have a trial.
Q1 is a specific form of legal actions used to resolve a dispute over whether a specific person has a legal right to hold the public office that he or she occupies.
What's that question on?
That was a Q1. Q1 is a special form of legal action used to resolve a dispute over whether a specific person has legal right to hold public office that he or she occupies.
I don't think that applies to this situation.
That ain't got nothing to do with the case.
No, that's more of a civil kind of action against the judge. I guess that wouldn't apply in this case. That'd be not applicable. It'd be a waste of time. It'd be a waste of time doing that.
That has nothing to do with the case. I swear.
I seen
It
enough.
just sound good. It sound good. I'll be honest with you. We're not playing that game. Uniform Commercial Code. We're not playing that game. I know where you're going from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're not doing that. It sounds good. To people that don't know the law. The law only stays in the books. Listen to me. The law stays in their own books. As soon as they go outside of the books, this is when you're going to sue them. So they're not trying to break the law. They're not going outside of their own jurisdiction. Don't ask an attorney to try to go outside and recognize something that's outside of his jurisdiction is not working. Can we be smart? And they don't care about you and your idea of the law. Can we be realistic? Can we be realistic.
They only
Look
care
at
about
Saddam
what's
Hussein.
written.
What happened to him? He was a sovereign. He was a. They took his whole shit. Then they split his wig and hung him in front of you to say that we don't care. So stop playing that game. And all the Native Americans have already signed contracts. So they got put in places that they're supposed to be reserved, and we call it reservation later. So we're not playing that game. And all the Moors have became slave. Stop playing.
Hey, look, but all of the tribes didn't sign treaties, but that's a whole nother discussion. That's not based on.
We'll talk
Right
about
now,
that later.
listen.
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Right
What
now,
we're saying is getting my father out through reality, through the system that took him, because we're not going to run away. We're not going to run away. Let's talk about this. We're talking about this right now. We got the lawyer here, and the lawyer is saying, ask me any questions. The lawyer is saying, ask me any questions. That means that him and me, his son, is saying, we are going to be transparent. Can you support us so we can get that out? He's saying this is a real strong possibility we're going to free the master teacher. He's also saying that if he could get up in there, he will even talk to Larry Hoover. But we're doing this.
I don't live yet, but I'll be willing to.
Okay, now
I know. Listen.
This
is some real
I think this law is directed to you, Ishmael. It say, is there a reason this lawyer?
Ibrahim, I'm not Ish.
I mean, excuse me, Ibrahim. Is there a reason this lawyer was picked to represent Baba? I think that might be the best question of the night.
But
I think you answered it. I think you answered it earlier, but I'm
from the beginning, or
he's the one that ain't gonna lie. He's
from now.
Well, yeah, I answer. You answer, Ibrahim.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead and answer. Go ahead. It's up to you to answer.
I did the jury trial.
So
I know more about the kids than anybody else.
So basically, you're the legal expert on the case, right? You the legal expert that
I did the jury trial, yes.
Okay.
I was a legal attorney for that.
Okay. I don't want to hold up too much of your time, but I wanted to get some exposure to what y'all was working on. Well,
appreciate that, man.
And I'm gonna share this to my page, and people be able to go back and review it, and they'll know that
they need to show some support,
yeah,
so we can get this shit going. So you know we're not lying. Let's make it move, because there's something going on between. Let me tell y'all something. You know what they did for Trump, Donald Trump? They switched it around just so he can get out. He can get away with certain things, and that opened up another door. That's just one of the places that we're moving. We're gonna go hard. If y'all really want the master teacher out and everything, let's do this. Let's make this happen. Let's not even play. Support this lawyer. I tell you why my father picked him, because he know that Adrian ain't gonna play, and he's black. And it's not just black. It's just he ain't gonna finish. We're not playing. We gonna get him out.
Well, you know, my thing is, I did my due diligence to show support to you fighting for your father in the way that you know how to fight, and to bring the attorney, which we appreciate him coming on here, taking the time out, because you know that these calls are normally not free.
You understand what I'm saying? He don't have to show up like this is not free, and he's showing up saying anybody can ask a question, and nobody in the community can ask questions.
But none of them go ask him questions according to his field of law. They don't know that the law is broke up into different fields of law. You got contract law, you got civil law, you got criminal law, you got corporate law, and he's dealing with a criminal.
You know what we're talking about. We're talking about criminal defense.
Right. So I had to address him from the criminal lawyer's perspective. I can't dress him like he's working for in commercial law, or if he's working in
we're not talking about none of that.
I know.
Though. Listen, hey,
that's why. This is what I'm explaining
about that. We're talking about my father being locked up, and we're talking about getting him out. And it literally, he is they labeled him as a criminal, and we're talking about a thunderclapper that's going to go in and shake the world. Let's work with that. We're not talking about contractual law. Everything deal with contract. Trust me. We're not talking about anything else you're talking about, but all of that is in retrospect. But we're talking about criminal. This is what we're dealing with.
Right. So when I'm explaining, when people ask me why I'm not asking questions about contract law, or why I'm not asking questions about corporate law, it's those things are not his. He's a criminal, a defense attorney. So I got to ask him the questions that I would ask the criminal defense attorney that I would be sending in to get my father, as if I don't know none of the stuff I know already.
The right question. Nobody asked the question.
That's my point. That's my point. So the questions I'm asking them, I was trying to stay in his area of law, which is criminal law, right? Uma asks, what about conspiracy?
Man, conspiracy is made up story in your own head. We're not dealing with that. We're dealing with facts. We're dealing with black and white. It's on paper.
No,
we're dealing with saving my father. Listen. We can be conspiratorial, right? We can make up shit in our head. That's what conspiracy means. Making shit in your head. But what's on black and white, what the law deal with is that this person has done this on this date, on this time, and we are going to lock you up. You understand?
Abraham can address that question, though. I can address that question. You know, conspiracy and Jacob York, his actions conspiring to put Dr. York in jail. Is that what you're saying?
Right. So all of the ones that conspired together to fabricate the case.
No, one of the issues that I had in the trial. Conspiracy, that's one of the things, subtle theories I had on my trial. And that's why when the jurors came back after the trial and thought that she hung the jury up for a while, saying that she thought he was set up. So the jury was hung initially for a while.
I remember.
And so that's that part of the answer to address that conspiracy thing. So I think it has some teeth to it. You know, but what the way that the jury was, though, it was she got outnumbered. And so I actually took her out the jury.
Adrian, enough. You came, you asked questions for the nation. They didn't have no answers. Just show some support.
Right.
That's the issue with conspiracy. Is that what you were saying? Like conspiracy?
Yeah, what you answered the question because you said that was one of your original premises of the case.
Right.
So we know that the attorney already had a suspicion to follow the lead that would take him down a conspiracy trail. That's a brave attorney in and of itself.
I would argue that. So, and we almost got hung on that part too.
Mm-hmm.
One of the jurors was convinced that he could be set up. So,
some of the stuff about the case, I'm not asking because it goes into attorney-client privilege and he can't address. So it's certain stuff that people asking now that I'm seeing in the chat that I can't ask because I can't do it because he can't violate attorney.
Ask it, and then we'll tell you we're not at liberty to say. Ask.
Okay, so Baba was going to his own private doctor since the 70s and never had STD. And in the case, they came up with a paper saying he had an STD. And since he's been in prison, the STD doesn't exist. And this was supposed to be a genetically traceable strain of herpes.
It's actually kind of privilege. I can't answer that question. That's correct.
I know. That's why I didn't ask. I'm not an attorney, but I know how to do
keep going. What's the next question? We already know the answer to that, and they lied. But go ahead.
Okay, this is a really good question. When someone has been locked up as long as he has, can they do a sentence reduction motion?
What? Say that again.
Is good question, but not really. You can do how would they call? There's some motion you can file, but not a reduction motion. Like when we got proper, you can file some things, but not a reduction motion at a point, unless without the new trial motion, we get no grounds or stuff I can then cancel it indirectly. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one thing I do indirectly once I get my motion, if that's accepted, then maybe that's when I turn back. So I think you're gonna be more indirect.
Yeah, and that would fall under the cruel and unusual punishment side of sentencing, right?
And that would be, we got another traction on what I'm trying to get with a new trial. That would be one option that would be looking at. If I have to show them argument, but the front arguments I have when I try to check the state case and things like that, other issue don't bring up, showing us that I can be in that actually as an alternative resolution to reduction sentence.
Okay. Well, I know your time valuable, and we held you in here longer than we probably intended to, or you probably wanted to be here. But this was an important issue for the people of the land, because we've been fighting this fight too long not to have a result, and he not the only one in a similarly situated condition, right? So we had to bring this out to garner the support for those who believe in the system. I don't personally, but for the ones who believe in the system and then believe that they can make it work, we still have to present them with the opportunity to fight this fight the way they know how. Right. So we appreciate you taking your time to come over here and talk to us and get the message out and to support Dr. Malachi and his family.
Thank you for taking the time, making a space for me to talk. So let me know anything you need to talk to me again. I'll be happy to talk. All right.
Okay.
Thank you for the help too.
All right. Appreciate it.
But how we show support? How we gonna pay this guy? Let's do this. Let's make it happen. You hear me, right? Gorilla?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the attorney gone. So a lot of where people was talking about that I didn't ask about was about you, because we already know this particular attorney is not fluent in tribal law, because
Right.
we already discussed that, me and you, right? So I can't take him down the path of tribal law. That's not his area. I can't take him to corporate law. That's not his area. I can't take him to all of those other areas. I had to stick to the area that he's familiar with, which is criminal law and the defense of criminal law. And from what he told us earlier in the call, somebody kept asking about his win-loss record. He said he only lost a couple of cases in 30-some years.
Cases out of like hundreds of cases.
Right. So, he's been working 30-some years. But I had to try to now,
3 losses.
Right. And we know
one of the losses he had was the case with my dad.
Right. So what's happening now is, I understand your frustration, man. But if my pops was locked up for 22 years, I think I'd have did something by now to figure out another way. But I'm not going to put that on public record. But that's between me and you. I know how. That's letting you know that I understand your feeling and your sentiment. And because a lot of people that might be watching might think that you're going too hard. I don't personally think that, but a lot of people, they want to hear Rod Hayes talk with it.
They didn't stop anything. I'm going hard.
I don't care. Right. So what we doing is different from what the attorney doing. What I'm doing is different from what the attorney doing, right? If I had to send an attorney in, I would be sending them in like the messenger that Xerxes sent to Leonidas to offer him air and water if he lucky, right? So that's the kind of lawyer that I would be sending in there. But because you asked me, to show the support for your father by letting him know what you doing, this is the fruits of your labor. And we got 2 different methods of fighting this conflict. And yours is what you know, and mine is what I know. And I can't try to force how I'm fighting into your field of view because you got to fight it your way, and I can't interfere with that, but I can show support by letting people make their own mind up to support.
I got that. And you got to understand. Let's eat. Let's not even play the game. Let's get dad home. I'm not playing that shit. I brought him on your platform. We've been transparent. What lawyer ever came there and say, answer questions, and nigga was scared to ask questions?
Man, I ain't never seen no shit like that. The
lawyers,
they normally answer the questions in their office, but they won't answer questions outside their office. Even in the courtroom, they don't want to answer you.
And niggas was scared to ask questions.
No, they wasn't. They weren't scared.
I'm disappointed in my people.
They didn't.
I thought black folks was gonna swing. They scared to swing. Let's be honest.
Ishmael, look, it ain't that they were scared to ask.
Ibrahim.
My bad. I keep getting y'all mixed up, bro. But look, it ain't that they wasn't asking questions, but they was asking questions that was outside of his scope of knowledge in the law. I'm trying to stick to what he can do according to what he know, just to get the message out that there's an attorney willing to take the case, that's familiar with the case. And for the ones that believe in the system, y'all can support Ishmael in getting this.
No, Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, my bad. Y'all can support Ibrahim in getting this money together to fight the case the way he know how. But my approach is just different. Right. And one of the ways, whether it's your way or my way, one of them finna work. That's what I'm gonna tell you. One of them finna work. And we gonna see.
Maybe all of them finna work.
They all might work. But I had to give you the opportunity to use my platform for anything you try and do to free your father. Even if it's something that I don't agree with or don't participate in. As your brother, I have to bring you out into the public and let you speak your piece. And you had me ask the attorney some key questions. And I was just trying to get a gauge for the fighting the dog.
You could have went harder. You could have went harder.
I was just trying to get a gauge for the fighting the dog, but I'm seeing, where he at with it, because for him to even consider conspiracy in the early stages of the case, that's something that attorneys normally don't do.
We see that, right?
Yeah, they normally duck conspiracy at all costs because it's too easy to prove. It's too easy to. Once you prove that conspiracy, you didn't single-handedly dismantle their system, and this is why the attorneys don't want to bring conspiracy. And he addressed the conspiracy as an operational part of the defense out the beginning, and brought up the hung juror that I was well aware of that was resisted because she thought that it was a setup.
Good shit. Nice one. That's real. You know that. You saw that, right? You picked that shit up. Good stuff. That's all I gotta say. That's good stuff, right? You're a smart brother. Not little, but brother. You're smart.
I'm working on it, man. I'm trying to get that. My mama kept telling me that shit. I don't see it, but she did. So
no, but that's some real shit. Yo, you caught that. Like, come on. Oh man, we can't let that shit slide. We can't let them keep on beating us up. No way. But I appreciate what you did. I appreciate the opportunity, Rod. I appreciate it. I appreciate the platform. You know what? You're my brother forever. And it's
for sure. I tell you what.
Gorilla. Let's go. That's that
and
real.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Shit on us. Let's go. All right.
So look, I'm gonna let you roll out, man. I appreciate you coming over and keeping up the fight for your pops. I ain't gonna stop fighting till I see victory. So I don't have to like it though. You gotta remember that part. People don't be remembering me telling them if I do something, I don't have to like it. I don't have to like attorneys to present that this is the way that you fighting for your father. I don't have to like it, but I have to show
Doesn't
my
matter. I
due
already saw what
diligence
you
in the
did.
support.
I already saw what you did. That was enough. Understand that nobody did shit like that. And my father is innocent, and I'm gonna be here, and I appreciate you. You
For sure.
understand, King?
We gonna break bread. We gonna break
Gorilla,
bread.
gorilla.
Well, we gonna break bread with my chief and your pops. We gonna
Let's
break bread.
go. Let's
We gonna
go. Let's go
it's
to the
coming.
world blow. To the world blow.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And don't forget, the fat lady sung at the end of the Olympics, and she said she did it her way.
Let's
Okay.
go.
And
And I
that's
appreciate
the
everybody.
and I was telling them, look for the fat lady to sing at a public spectacle, because that means that it's over. And this shit about to be over. But you gotta fight your fight. You have to do your due diligence. I don't have to agree with you to support the fact that you fighting. It's when the people ain't fighting and they bitching and complaining and they ain't doing nothing that I don't want to help them.
That's strange to us. So we're not dealing with bitches. Like I'm just saying, I'm in the war, and I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you. You didn't have to do it, but you did, didn't you?
I did it because it's for your pops. It's for a worthy cause. The righteous, should no longer suffer for the indignations of the wicked.
Let's do
And
this, brother.
and so we have to do our part. We don't have to always agree with everything. That's when we had that long conversation about two strategists with two different strategies. This is how you keep from colliding on the battlefield from two different angles. Y'all work together even
Yeah,
though
I
y'all
can
don't
do
agree.
them next week. Let's do this next week.
Yep.
I'll
Just
bring
hit me up
some more.
whenever you're ready. Just hit me up. We come back on and we put it out there for the people to be able to make their own minds up. And
Yeah,
in the tribal
exactly.
tradition, didn't want to say this in front of him because I didn't want to spook him off. But in the tribal tradition, we put stuff in front of the people for the collective to give us the energetic support that's stronger than the physical.
I got to go ahead to take over from my father. And y'all
It's,
heard that shit. Y'all want
it's,
some more? I'm
it's,
about to post some more.
yeah. Tag me in and I
Damn.
share it.
Expeditiously. But I appreciate you. Understand?
It's all same here,
I appreciate
brother.
you. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Oh, well, there you go. He dropped out. Okay. So, is it anybody in here that got something that they want to discuss before we go? So, a lot of people probably not really understanding that I don't like attorneys. I don't trust them, and I don't do fundraisers because people been raising money and these people misery. But when the brother reached out and then his pops is talking to this guy on the phone, even if I don't agree, right? Even if I don't like attorneys, even if I don't do fundraisers, the brother is fighting for his father the way he know how. I have to present his case to the public and let the people decide if he following the path that he feel is going to be most functional in getting his father out, right? So I'm just showing the support and exposing to the public that this fight is serious. This is not a game. This is not a joke. This is not a dance contest. We really, 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 literally been fighting a war for 500 years since Columbus sailed his stinking ass over here, parked on Hispaniola, and renamed it to Hispaniola from the name that the people of the land. And then they just started naming our shit and taking. They even named us. A lot of these tribes, y'all hearing these tribal names, Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, those are exonyms. Those was the names the settlers gave to the people that they couldn't pronounce the name that the people gave them. So I still had to present the case. I still had to let the public make their own mind up. And I still got to let everybody be their own judge of what they see taking place in front of them. I know we in continuity of government process, reconstruction phase, the final phase of continuity of government, transfer power from DC, which is now defunct. You can go on to the White House page, and at the top of the page, it's going to tell you that this is a page frozen in time for historical record, and it will not be updated no more. The only way they won't update a presidential executive order page is if they no longer have a president to issue executive orders. All of this stuff is to keep us, those nappy hair, red skin, Mississippi walking clay dirt mofos, from taking back what's rightfully ours by the blood and by the right. I'm gonna see if I can find the Cash App he gave, and I'm gonna pin it. Uma, can you put the Cash App in there so I can pin it? Cause it's too far up. Well, lawyers rarely do pro bono work. The only case that I can remember where there was somebody similarly situated to Malachi, an attorney continued to fight the case pro bono for 20-some years, was GINDJAB, Geronimo Pratt, out in California, where the police did the same thing to him that they did to Tookie with the trumped up case, where the police committed the crime and accused him of it, and then it came out, but it took Johnny Cochran like 27 years to get Geronimo Pratt out, right? Other than that, I don't know no other attorney that I can personally tell you took a case of that magnitude pro bono. I don't know one, right? And it is a lot of filing fees in the courts. It is a whole lot of that BS. Anything to get money from you. Here we go. Patrick put it in there. Okay. So this is you see the sticker I just put up there is the Cash App, right? Yep. So there they did. So people say, well, Johnny Cochran died from a brain tumor. The FBI records say that they use what's called a radiation gun. It's the same way they killed Dr. Hulda Clark, by constantly bombarding a lady with radiation, and she can't cleanse fast enough to get rid of the radiation. They do that. They got a million ways to kill us. They only got one way to let us live, and that's under their oppression. We tired of that. That's okay, I got it. I got it pinned up there for the ones who want to support, but we tired of them kicking us at every turn. We don't have rights. This is what they keep reading you, your rights. That had nothing to do with you. The only way that the Miranda versus Arizona was the case that your rights being read to you became part of the SOP, standard operating procedure, of law enforcement, right? But if you go back and you study the law from colonial times and now, the indigenous, organic, original Mississippi clay dirt walking tribes that was on the land, they said we had no rights that they was bound to respect. That's the Dred Scott case, right? They classified us as 3/5 compromise until we become 5/5 realized. I'm 5/5 and a motherfucker. I know who I am. So at this point, we are at the position where everybody got to feel like they fighting. If you don't feel like you fighting in a fight, you feel like you getting your ass kicked. And if you supporting somebody, you don't have to agree with their strategies. You don't have to agree with their method. You only have to agree that y'all looking for the same outcome. Yeah, I had to talk to Brother Rich first before I volunteered for something. But anybody that want to bring that attorney on to talk to him about garnering support for Malachi, you can either reach out to me or Uma or one of her brothers. She got a whole bunch of them. They can get you in touch with them, or I can try to get you in touch with them so that we can do whatever is necessary. But my belief and my position is America is done, and the only thing left is the tribes. That's how I feel. America, the corporation, is done. The only thing left is for the tribes to reconstitute our own government. Once we do that, we have jurisdictional supremacy to order it with the full support of the U.S. military's backing to go in there and get them if the corporation don't want to surrender them, right? That's where I'm at with it, right? But they got all of this stuff going on, transitional government, the draining of the D.C. swamp, all that stuff is going on. But we all got to fight how we see we can fight. We don't have to agree on everything, but we have to try to put up a different front according to our skill set, knowledge level, right? So that's where we at with it. And some of the best attorneys are not good orators, but they good legal writers. This is what people don't be understanding about going into their court system. It's not always what the attorneys say. It's in the motions and the briefs that he filed to support his claim of why he's asking for a dismissal or a reduction or a removing of this charge or that charge. And as long as you got motions in the court, that means your case is in motion. But when there is no motions in the court, your case is at a standstill. You parked in prison now. And this is the problem where we keep facing. We keep looking for these people to give us some relief. They don't intend to give us no relief. They don't tend to give us no support. All they intend to do is suck us dry, and we tired of it, right? So from there, we just have to let the chips fall where they may, right? So I don't have anything else to add, but it is what it is. I did my due diligence. I brought them in. I asked a few questions. I read some questions out the comments. A lot of questions I didn't ask because these attorneys, half of them only know a piece of law. That's what y'all don't understand. He only know criminal law. So if I went to going to him about the jurisdictional defect of the sui juris de jure party, he don't know what I'm talking about. He probably heard the terminologies, but he don't know what I'm talking about because he only concerned with which criminal law is he charged with and what's the defense for that charge. He not looking for the overall exit strategy. Like if I was an attorney, I'd be looking for anything I can to get my client off. I don't give a damn. If one of them judges did something, I'm gonna hold his ass to the fire. They don't operate like that. Yeah, Cochran built the team off the Geronimo Pratt case. He did have a team. He had a whole firm. They built that law firm that stemmed out of the Geronimo Pratt case. That's what made that law firm what it was. And he never stopped fighting for Geronimo Pratt until he got him home. And he did it. But that's rare. Like Johnny Cochran was like 1 in 100 million. They got a whole lot of criminal charges on them, but the biggest one is the Mann Act, the RICO Act, and some other stuff that's not related to the underlying charge that they was charging them with criminal sexual conduct on a minor, which, all that stuff, they find out later that all of them girls was sleeping with his son, the same son that trumped up the case. I don't talk about Malachi children, even the ones that was instrumental in him being where he at, because it's difficult to advocate for him and then go at his kids' heads, even the guilty ones that set him up. I can't do that. I just got to keep telling y'all, look, y'all, if there's more to the case than y'all can, most people can't see the conspiracy involved, the COINTELPRO operations involved. They can't see the fabricated cases. They can't see the scripts that they was matching up statements with. All that stuff is part of investigation that normally is sifted out by the law enforcement, but law enforcement was in on it, right? Sheriff Seals had a little doll of Malachi hanging from a noose in his office. That right there should have told you there was something wrong with the case, you know? So uh, I just wanted y'all to see what was going on from the young man perspective, from the attorney perspective. And if it would have been up to me, I'd have dug in his ass. But when I got to talking to him, I understood all he knows is criminal law. He don't know none of the other parts of law. He don't know nothing about radical jurisdictional defect, Article 3 courts. If the judge isn't Article 3 certified, then they are operating under the Chevron deference. That attorney, that stuff right there, that's not his area. And bringing it up is like bringing up toe surgery to a brain surgeon. He understands toe surgery, but he don't know it like a toe surgeon, a foot surgeon, a specialist. And this guy was a specialist in criminal law. All that other stuff would have been like basically beating a dead horse, because he'd have been like, what, right? So I don't have the time to sit here and educate him on the part of the law that he didn't get educated in. I'm just trying to determine if, whatever the situation is, you're going to fight. If you ain't going to fight, then, go sit your ass down. But he sound like he want to fight. He want to smoke. I don't know if by the time he get to 60K, shit, Pops might be sitting at his table talking about, man, I appreciate you getting ready to take my case. This shit's coming to an end, and it's coming to an end fast. Babylon is done. Right? So, um, I can't think of nothing else I need to add. So I'm gonna let y'all go and share the